Finally, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 announced and supposedly coming this year, you historic bastards. First time reaction to the 13-minute announcement is on Patreon and Subscribestar. I loved the first game and covered it extensively on the channel to great success. If you haven't played it yet, I wholeheartedly recommend it as it is quite an experience. A proper first-person RPG set in a historically accurate period with one of the most realistic combat systems in games. Can be difficult to get into at start, but once it gets a hold of you, it is a hell of a time. First thing I'm hoping for is that there is not gonna be any meddling from Sweet Baby and similar inclusivity bollocks. It is European Middle Ages, and I want it to be as genuine as possible. When trying to recreate such historic periods, then immersion is even more important. Let's keep it that way, Warhorse. From what I remember, although you should never trust my memory because it is terrible, the first game did a great job at that. Important update is that now 250 people are working on the project compared to 11 that did the first game, which is impressive in itself due to how detailed that first bastard is. With the additional crew, we have been promised a more epic story with a direct upgrade over the first game's mechanics. Developers have mentioned in the announcement that this is the game they wanted to make the first time around, but due to staff and budget restrictions, they couldn't. That sounds promising, because sequels should be an upgrade over the previous installments, not a copy-paste asset reuse. Looking at you, Dragon's Dogma, Neo, Assassin's Creed, FIFA, NBA 2K, Call of Duty and many others. First change is the world itself. They have gone with a more colorful, vivid and overall bright world compared to the first one that was more grim. I don't mind either, because in the end it all matters how detailed and immersive the world is. First Kingdom Come did a great job at that, and with new change I have no worries that the world is going to be any worse this time around. Game map is twice the size as the original, but honestly for me that means nothing. You can have the biggest world ever that still sucks because of non-organic NPCs, repeated tedious tasks, lack of rewarding exploration, boring quests and boring busy work. Content quality is far more important than world size. Story being more epic should mean more large open field battles and sieges. I would love that so much. In a more realistic game like this, it would be interesting to see how our influence in such battles could play out. They would still have to keep it realistic a bit. Don't want to see any Aragorn style heroics, but something more believable. Could be a tough thing to balance. Great thing about this type of setting are deceitful backstabbing tactics from noble houses, kings, queens and whatnot trying to one-up each other. Fertile ground for writing. Combat appears similar to the first game, as it should. Make it more polished, balanced, and that's all we really need, because it was a game seller on its own. New addition is crossbow that fits the setting nicely. They are a great counterpart to bows due to ease of use. Gonna be interesting to see how the differences are implemented. Even some guns are in the game, but work more like historic prototypes than advanced versions that came later. Cool, I like that too. Problems with creating a realistic world are the mechanics that come with it outside of combat and questing. Some things from the real world translate poorly into games, like inventory management, encumbrance and weapon durability. Busy work that rarely any game has done in a way that is not detrimental to the whole experience. Unfortunately, due to realism and immersion, such things cannot be entirely removed, but I do hope that a lighter approach is going to be applied. I really don't want to open inventory every 5 seconds to deal with weight issues or discard the weapon after every 2 fights, even though that would be more realistic due to chip damage. Tough aspects to balance to satisfy realism, but not to be annoying at the same time. In fantasy games you could always remove weight and weapon durability without any explanation, but here it's not plausible. I hate these mechanics with passion, but also understand that it would be unreasonable to disregard in a game like Kingdom Come. From what I remember from the first game is that there were 2 big issues. One were bugs, understandable due to 11 people working on such a game. So Warhorse, if you don't think the game is ready, do not release it in a poor state. Too many games do that these days. If it means that game is going to be released in 2026 but polished as a cock after an elite blowjob, I'm all for it. I'd rather do quest guides than quest fix guides. Another issue was the balance. Game started hard but ended up being way too easy. I remember installing a bunch of difficulty modes to increase the challenge. RPGs are difficult to balance, but there is an acceptable level and a non-acceptable level. Rarely any RPG is balanced to perfection, but no one expects that. Overall, I am excited for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Loved the first one and expect even better things from the second with the studio and vision upgrades. Kingdom Come really does offer a unique experience that should be continued and improved for the sake of gamers and gaming. Unlike PR bollocks for every game these days saying how unique it is, Kingdom Come actually is that. Bring it on.